following is a presentation of GRS-TV.
We set the bar high, on top cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot. We set the bar high, on top cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot.
Welcome to Homer B. Johnson Stadium for the Battle of the Lake, the contest between the Rockwall Yellowjackets and the Rowlett Eagles. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner, Bobby George. And Bobby, I'll tell you what, Rowlett last week, they had a tough opener. They played Prosper, only managed 7 points. That came on the defensive side. They had an interception return for a touchdown. Tell you what, the ground game better get going tonight for Rowlett against Rockwall.
Yeah, Rockwall has averaged in the last maybe 5 or 6 years 500 yards a game, and it is not stopping now. I mean, last week when they played Highland Park, which is a very, very, very good team that's won 3 state championships, they were able to put up 560 yards passing and 204 yards rushing on them. So 773 total yards Rockwall was able to put up against Highland Park. So Rowlett, yes, they know that they have to go out, control the game as far as putting the ball on the ground and getting first downs and controlling that clock. If not, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, exactly. They had only 71 yards rushing last week against Prosper. Again, they've got to improve on that, as you said, control the clock to really have a chance to stay in this game against Rockwall. So here comes the opening kick. It is a kind of an onside kick, and boy, the ball's still loose, and Rowlett, I think, has got it still loose right now. Rockwall thinks they have it. No signal just yet. And it is Rockwall ball, so they did recover it. Boy, you'll see that a lot from Rockwall. They send 2 kickers out there, Bobby, and they'll either onside in one direction or another, or sometimes they'll kind of kick that mid-range kick. Well, this time they kicked it short, and they were able to recover it.
Yeah, Rowlett needed to know that was going to be coming and have their hands team on the field, but that just took a great bounce. That first line's got to go ahead and take the hit and hit some guys and block them and let the second group come down and get the ball. But very good executed play right there by the Yellowjackets.
So the Yellowjackets on offense first, and the quarterback is number 8. He's a sophomore, Braden Locke, and he throws out a quick pass to number 10. That's J.J. Williams, and a short gain of about 3 yards. A good job that time by Rowlett's defense, Bobby.
Yeah, they've got to swarm to the ball because Rockwall is able to put a lot of yards up. 569 yards passing last week against Highland Park.
There's a quick count. Locke with the snap. Oh, and he doesn't connect this time with the intended receiver. That's number 7, Trevor Munson, and just behind him.
Yeah, it looks like Munson curled inside, and Locke was thinking he was going to curl outside. Little miscommunication right there. He was open.
So 3rd down and 6 here for Rockwall, and as you notice, they do get up to the line in a hurry. There's a snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw it. Locke throws it deep. He's looking for Smith-Jigba, who catches it for a touchdown. A 37-yard touchdown completion from quarterback Braden Locke to receiver Jackson Smith-Jigba.
Yeah, Jigba just takes him inside just a little bit, and when the ball was released, then he released back to the outside. And what a beautiful touch on this 40-yard bomb. He gets him running inside, then he just breaks it back to the corner.
Of course, you're going to see that young man a lot tonight. Smith-Jigba, of course, committed to Ohio State, and he is one of the better receivers in the area. Had over 300 yards receiving last week in their loss to Highland Park. Extra point attempt is up, and that is good from Spearman. And so just like that, we are 34 seconds into the game, and our score, Rockwall 7, Rowlett nothing. We'll keep it here. Bobby, again, Rockwall, this offense, it's going to be important for Rowlett to kind of try to stay with them because they will move in a hurry.
Yeah, you've got to just keep the ball in front of you. I don't care if you got to change your defense and put 2 safeties back there to play over the top. If you've got a quarterback who can throw that deep of a ball and you've got these great of receivers and you know they come in and they put up a lot of yards, just keep them in front of you to stop the score.
And a quick score there for Rockwall. 7-0 lead here early in this ball game at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Again, the battle of the lake tonight, and a really fun rivalry, Bobby. You and I were talking about it before the game, and you know, this is just a lake separates these two communities, and you know, a lot of these athletes know each other. They've played ball against each other and with each other. It's a real fun rivalry between these two schools. Yeah, they start out with Pee-wee, and they've been playing each other and know each other. And boy, what a beautiful night as well. It's just the sun's kind of setting down. The field's covered right now with shade, and just a beautiful night of football. Yeah, you mentioned the weather. A little bit of a wind coming out of the south, but again, probably 5 miles an hour at best, and a little humid tonight, but a beautiful night for football. We get set for a kickoff. Spearman, another short kick. This time Rowlett is able to fall on it. That's number 14 for the Eagles. That is Hector Soto. And so Rowlett's going to have great field position, Bobby. That's probably exactly what they need after that quick strike by Rockwall. Well, they're going to have to do something because last week against Prosper, now Prosper was a pretty good team, and they were opening in that brand new stadium. It was a complete packed out house. I don't know, they sold the whole stadium out, but Rowlett really didn't have anything. The only touchdown comes on an Edwards interception for a 27-yard touchdown that opened the game up, but outside of that, they only had 71 yards rushing, 147 yards passing for a total of, for the whole game, 218 yards. So it's really important that they get some kind of ground establishment, you know, right now. You got to do it quickly. Quarterback for the Eagles, number 4, Alex Rout. Oh, and it's a bad snap on first down, and he's just going to fall on it. That's going to be a loss of almost 15, and certainly not the start that Rowlett wanted. Well, you think back the last probably 10 years, I don't know that Rowlett has missed the playoffs. But you've got to come out and you got to start establishing yourself early because you got to find out what this team's all about. Saw a look a second ago at head coach Doug Stevens for the Rowlett Eagles, and boy, again, not the start they wanted. A onside kick, a quick strike from Rockwall, and now on their first offensive possession, a loss of 14 on the play. Second down, 24. And Rout takes a snap. That was a high snap, but he's able to corral it. And on the counter play, they hand off to the running back. That is number 22 for the Eagles, Dewanye Newton, and he gets hit in a hurry by number 20, Tyler Ashworth. And Bobby, last week for Rockwall, Ashworth had 19, or was credited with 19 tackles. You'll see him a lot tonight. He's coming up from like a middle safety, maybe a little deep linebacker, but he reads that ball and he comes up and gets him in a hurry. Gets underneath the pads, picks him up off his feet, has no leverage after that, and takes him straight to the ground. So no gain on the carry that time. It's going to be 3rd down and 24 for the Eagles. Got split backs in the backfield along with Rout. See if they run something safe here, Bobby, maybe a screen pass, something like that, just to get them some yardage back. They're going to fake the handoff. Rout looks to throw it across the middle. Catch is made, but well short of the first down is the receiver, number 3, Trayvon King, and it's going to set up 4th down and 15 for the Eagles. Yeah, nice little quick strike. He goes and sets down right in the middle of the field, but you can see number 20 right there. He's just waiting on him, Ashworth. He's kind of like a little middle safety. And it looks like the Yellowjackets play with 3 safeties deep, about 10 yards deep, and let the corners play underneath them. 4th and 15. Let's see what the Eagles elect to do here, if they're going to kick it away or... Yeah, their defense looks like they run 3 up front, 3 linebackers, and 3 safeties. Yeah, he's going to step back. Rout does, and he takes a snap, gets a quick kick away. And it's going to take a Rowlett bounce inside the 25. It's going to be down at the 24 by Tarwo of the Eagles. And so a 3 and out for Rowlett on their first possession, and the Rockwall offense coming back on the field. Now you can see the coach is coming over to him and say, hey, go ahead and let that ball bounce. It might bounce all the way to the 1-yard line. No reason to pick it up in midair like that. Look at the Rockwall offense coming back on the field. 7-0 Rockwall here, 9:13 remaining in the first quarter. And you can see how the Eagles play. They play 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, no safeties. Fakes the handoff to Henry. The throw to number 10, J.J. Williams, not able to hold on to it. Pretty good coverage that time, Bobby, by number 20, Taiwan Edwards, as he may have got a hand in there.
Depending on the play for Rowlett.
He just comes straight across the middle right there. He sees him, throws it. I don't know. It hits him right on stride. He must have got his hands in there.
First handoff of the game to number 6, Zach Henry, right through the middle. He's going to pick up 10 yards and a first down.
Boy, there was a shoestring tackle right there. That was going to break for 70. Again, you have no safety, so if you can break through that line, you're gone. Right there.
Fakes the handoff once again, throws to Smith-Jigba, and that time he's wrapped up by 2 Rowlett defenders for a short gain of only 3. So pretty good job that time on defense for the Eagles, and 2nd down and 7 coming up.
For the Eagles, Johnny Ray.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny Ray and comes in, makes the initial contact, and then Ricardo Perez, the senior defensive back, finishes him off.
Got 3 receivers on the field right now for the Yellow Jackets. Running back Zach Henry along with quarterback Braden Locke. He's going to,
fumbles the ball.
Yeah, sure did. The ball still loose. Rowlett got it. And that's a break that time, as it looked like Henry wasn't ready for the handoff, and they just missed on the exchange.
Well, that's what Rowlett needs right there to give him a little spark.
Xavier Willis with the recovery.
Yeah, the handoff just didn't happen, and then when they went down to get it, it looks like somebody kicked it, and it pops out there, and big break right there for the Eagles.
There's Xavier Wills for the Eagles, who just recovered the fumble. And so Rowlett in great field position here, 1st and 10 at the 30. And let's see if they can get some points on the board. Again, they have not yet scored any offensive points on the year.
Yeah, their lone points last week was off an interception.
Split backs in the backfield with Route. He is going to hand it off. Coming to the right side, that's number 6. Boy, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet, gets knocked off at around the 25. But a nice run there by Charjay Hunt.
Well, again, number 20, Ashworth, coming from that middle safety position, is just keying off of him. And he's so far back there that, you know, he's not getting blocked. He's just got a free run. And they've really scouted the Eagles. They know that when they line up like that, they're going to hand it off, go up front or in the middle. There's only three directions that running back can go, and Ashworth is keying on them.
Gain of 5 on that play. There's a snap. This time they're going to hand it off once again, and the hole closes in a hurry. That time no gain on the play. Another carry by number 6, Charjay Hunt, and it's going to set up 3rd down and 5 now for the Eagles.
Yeah, McMahon comes from the linebacker spot. You can see him just watching him the whole way. Just nowhere to go.
So big 3rd down and 5 here for the Eagles as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the 1st quarter. Rockwall on top early, 7-0. Oh, another bad snap. Route's able to hold on to it. He throws it out. He's got a wide open receiver, and he can't hold on to it. He was looking for number 3, Trayvon King. Would have been an easy 1st down, Bobby, but he may have known that there was no one on him and thought he was going to pick up a lot more yards.
Well, he's in the slot position, King is, and the ball comes down, and then Route just tosses it over there to him. He sees him wide open, and there's just too much time. He takes his eye off the ball, thinks about running for that 1st down, and that's the first thing you got to do. You have to make sure the ball gets in your hands.
So we got a 4th down and 5 here. Looks like the Eagle offense is going to stay on the field.
You don't have to tell him that, though. You know, he already knows it. You don't even have to say anything. He's caught that pass so many times.
So 4th and 5, the line to gain is the 20-yard line of Rockwall to pick up a 1st down. We've got a flag for a delay of game, and that does not help Rowlett at all.
Either that delay of game is either that you want to punt it anyway.
Delay of game, number 4.
I mean, I don't get that one. I mean, you're in position to go ahead and run the play, but now it's going to be very difficult to get a 1st down here.
Yeah, it changes your play call
all the way. Now you're really punting it, probably.
Got a double wing formation here for Rowlett. 4 receivers, 1 running back is Hunt in the backfield. Looks like they will go for it here.
Trying to get them to jump. Now they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, play clock down to 2. They snap it, though. Here we go, 4th and 10. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a receiver out there just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Ball is incomplete. He was looking for number 3, Trayvon King, but turnover on downs.
Well, it turned out to be a pretty nice little play. He was able to just toss it out there, let your receiver get it, Putting up a little pressure on him. Oh, just right out of his reach.
Yeah, King had a step on the defender there, and if that ball would have just, floated a little bit more, Bobby,
longer.
that's a touchdown.
Rockwall takes over again.
So the Yellow Jackets offense back on the field. The turnover does not harm them, and back out with a 7-0 lead. We've got 6:51 remaining here in the first quarter. There's a snap, fakes the handoff to Henry, rolls to his right, throws it deep. He's looking for J.J. Williams, catch, and that's going to be another touchdown for Rockwall. Boy, and that was a nice pass that time from Braden Locke to J.J. Williams, Bobby, and that is a 70-yard touchdown.
He just throws it up there, and he's got a lot of pressure on him, but you put the ball out there that far, it allows your receiver to go get it. And just had a bad angle right there by the defensive back, and there's no catching him.
What a beautiful throw and catch that time. J.J. Williams right there on the sideline with the touchdown. The extra point coming up here for the Yellow Jackets. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up by Spearman. It looks good, and it is good. So we've got 6:39 remaining here in the first quarter. A look at J.J. Williams, the touchdown receiver for the Yellow Jackets. We'll take a quick break. Our score, Rockwall 14, Rowlett nothing. Look at the Rowlett drill team there as come back to action, cheering on their squad, although right now they have a deficit of 14-0, so they've got some ground to make up. And Bobby, they had a great opportunity on that last possession, and when they recovered the fumble, they just couldn't get it done. And of course that delay of game penalty didn't help.
It didn't help them, and then you get Rockwall out there, and their quarterback can throw a 40-yard bomb. So nice.
Got another loose ball. And let's see who got it. That time they came with the onside the other direction. And I believe Rowlett has it this time. But, boy, that ball was loose for a little too long that time for Doug Stevens' liking. But the Eagles do recover.
I mean, Locke can throw the ball so nice. And when you got some receivers that's got a little speed on them, and he can throw a 40-yard bomb, he just lets his receivers outrun everybody to the ball. So both these touchdowns have been long touchdowns. And that's what we've been saying all along, is that Rowlett has to play people, get everybody in front of them, keep everybody in front, even if you have to pull a safety back there to help you out.
So good field position once again as they are 2 yards shy of midfield. So let's see if Rowlett can do anything with this possession. And he's going to take the snap here. He's going to look to throw it out to his right. The catch is made by number 14. Hector Soto, and he gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of about, looks like 8 on the reception. So a nice throw and catch on first down.
Nice. He's looking one way, tosses it the other. And he can throw the ball pretty good.
Second down and 2 now in Rockwall territory for the Eagles. There's a snap, a quick throw out, and this catch is made. Number 3 stays on his feet. He's going to pick up the first down. Yeah, that's Trayvon King. And
well, you really need a good block out there by the wide receiver to help you out on that. He gets hit immediately, but he's able to stay on his feet and get that extra 2 yards.
Yeah, I like the way he puts the hand down right there. Keeps his balance, yep. So first down catch for King, and the Eagles at the Rockwall 41, trailing 14-0 just about midway through the first quarter. Set a man in motion. There's the snap. They're going to fake the handoff route, looking to throw it across the middle. He's got his man, but he overthrows him by a step. Looking once again for King, and boy, the route King connection, Bobby, looks like they may have a little something going here this evening.
Yeah, and we haven't seen number 2, Antonio Hull, the whole game as well, so we don't even see his number on the sideline, and that's their number 1 guy.
Second down and 10 now for the Eagles. after the incomplete pass. Ooh, another high snap, and this time the handoff to number 6. Boy, makes a nice move to the middle, and it gets knocked off his feet after a short gain of about 2. That was Hunt, once again, the senior running back on the carry.
And Ashworth coming from Rockwall's safety position. He's an aggressive player. Sometimes you can win on those. You can fake that pass and then toss it over his head. Maybe that's something Rowlett will be able to see from up here.
So a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 8 to be exact for the Eagles. They've got to make it to the 31 of Rockwall to pick up the first down. Here's a snap. A good snap this time. He throws it out quickly. He's got his man at the 35, and then he is hit and dropped for a gain of about 4 yards, but it's going to set up a 4th down and 4, Bobby, and I would imagine Rowlett's going to go for it here.
Why not? Alex Rout's got a great arm. I mean, it's pretty impressive with his little short throws that he's making. They got a good tight spiral on it. Hitting his guys in stride.
So it does appear they will go for it here on 4th and about 4. Look to the side. This is a big spot in this game. I know we're very early still in the first quarter, but down 14-0. They've had pretty good field position on each of their drives. They've got to get something going. Oh, another bad snap here. Rout's got some problems now. He's going to throw it deep. And boy, nice defensive play right there by the Rockwall Yellowjackets corner, and that pass falls incomplete.
Well, Rout's got a great arm. I mean, he was rolling to the left and just launches this ball. Look how far. He throws it into the end zone right there on a – he didn't get his arms all his shoulders squared up or anything, but he puts it all the way into the end zone. Great coverage right there, but it did give your guy a chance.
Yeah, he was looking that time for number 11, Christian Morgan. Again, good coverage and another turnover on downs here. But again, I think Rowlett, they did the right thing there, Bobby. They had to go for it, in my opinion. And again, Rockwall now takes over 1st and 10 with a 14-0 lead. And they had a little bit of movement there. That's going to back them up 5. Looked like the right tackle moved that time.
The Yellowjackets just have Rowlett so spread out, and you don't change your defense. You're going to stay with that 4-3 defense, and when you do that, I mean, you just got everybody else man-to-man.
Repeat, 1st down, 15 yards to go.
So a 5-yard penalty marked off for illegal procedure against the Yellowjackets, 1st and 15. Snap to Locke. Going to fake the handoff. He's got a tight end. Oh, and he can't hold on. That was number 40 for the Yellowjackets. That time, Brennan Ray.
I tell you, that ball was so nice. It was put straight over his head, which is a very difficult pass. He had no angle to see the ball. The ball is just coming straight over his head. You see that? That's a hard catch right there. You can't see it with your helmet. He just released straight from the tight end position.
2nd down 15, and before the play is snapped, the officials signal that the Yellowjackets called timeout. So before the snap, a timeout is called by the Yellowjackets. That's their first timeout here of the first half. And Bobby, why don't we just keep it here and let's talk a little bit, boy, the stats in the game so far, of course, very heavy in favor of the Yellowjackets at this point. And again, Rowlett's got to get the offense going.
Yeah, Rowlett's only had 18 total yards right now, 25 in the air and really just 8 on the ground. And that's what we were talking about before the game, is that they really would need to establish the run just so they can have the clock and the possession of the clock slowing down. And then you have to stay in front or behind, the receivers of the Yellowjackets so that they don't get these deep touchdowns. And both touchdowns have come off of 40-plus yard passes, and Rowlett's having a hard time establishing the run. So, Jackets got 121 total yards, 113 in the air, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think they've only had 2 rushing attempts. Of course, one resulted in the fumble.
Yeah, and the other one
was a 10-yard.
It was a 10-yard up the middle, and if he didn't get tripped up by his feet, he was gone.
15 yards to go for Rockwall.
So back to live action here. 2nd down and 15 after the timeout. Got 4:21 remaining here in the first quarter.
Rowlett's own lone safety is all the way on the other side of the hash mark on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they're leaving the middle of the field open for sure. And there goes number 6, Zach Henry, and he's going to gain about 8 yards. Let's give him 9 as they're going to mark him down around the 38. And it's going to set up 3rd down at about 7.
He sees get a little lead block, and he just waits on him. Good defense right there by 41.
A quick throw out. They were looking for number 17, Brendan Bays, and pass falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 7 for the Yellowjackets.
We don't have 41 on our roster, but he makes a great play right there, fights through the blocker.
Boy, it's 4th down and 7 now. It looks like Rockwall may be going for it, and they are. Interesting call here. Braden Locke throws it across. He's looking for Bays, who makes the catch. Now, there is a penalty flag here that was thrown around the 41. That would be a 1st down catch, but we'll check the flag. May have an ineligible lineman downfield.
They had him triple covered, and Locke still fits it in there.
Yellowjackets walking backwards, so it will appear to be on them. And here comes your call.
Foul. 5 white on the offense. 15 yards, replay the 4th down.
Hard to pick.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, he calls a face mask. I didn't, you know, that sounded like it was by some linemen. Maybe a lot of times when you're blocking, you get your hands pushed up in a face mask. But I didn't see anybody like pull somebody down by the face mask. But they called it 15-yard penalty. Yeah, personal foul.
Yep, Rowlett catches a break here too, because again, with the 15-yard penalty, it's going to set up 4th down, about 22. So they're going to have to punt it away here. Again, they had picked up the 1st down on the catch, but it is negated by the penalty. So Rowlett again should get pretty good field position, Bobby. Boy, and a bad punt, so that's going to really help Rowlett's cause, and it takes a Rowlett bounce. Finally going to be down at around the 39, I think is where they're going to mark it. So once again, Rowlett with great field position here to start this drive.
That's the 2nd time that they've had the ball inside their own 40-yard line to start a drive. One off the fumble, and now right here on the 39. They really need to capitalize.
Yes, they do. They keep getting good field position here, and they've got to start putting points on the board to stay with Rockwall, who's already up 14-0 here in the 1st quarter.
And Alex Rout's got a good arm. You think maybe you could get some good matchups. They've thrown the out route a couple of times, and he's hit that a couple times to the backs. Get something down the field here.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Yellowjacket 39. There's a snap. They're going to run the option this time. Route pitches it. He's got his pitch man who's got some running room as well. That's number 22 for the Eagles, Dewanye Newton, and that's a nice pickup. Now there is a penalty flag at the 34, and that one looks like it may be coming back.
It's interesting where that flag landed. That's on the other side of the field, a chop block. Yeah, that's where they'll call that one.
Well, that's a big one too. That's a 15-yarder. Negates the nice run on 1st down there for Rowlett.
Used to, you could get away with a chop block as long as another guy wasn't tying them up, but they've really...
Illegal block below the waist, number 76 on the offense. 15, play the down.
But now they'll call that even if you're singled up on somebody and you chop below the waist, they'll still call you on the penalty. Used to, you'd have to have a guy tying you up and then somebody goes at their legs, but now they're just trying to protect athletes, and I think it's a good call.
So 1st and 25 now, back on the 46 of Rowlett, back into their own territory. So got a lot of yards to make up here. Fakes the handoff, quick throw out, and I think that one may have gotten tipped at the line, Bobby. It fell a little short of the receiver and incomplete. Well, look at route there, and here's the replay. Let's see if we can pick this up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just short-armed it a little bit.
So you see route on your screen right there. And again, Bobby, he's had some pretty good throws tonight. Like you said, arm looks pretty good. And oh, another bad snap. They're going to have to work on that. The handoff coming to the left side is number 22 for the Eagles. Nice run there by Dwayne Newton, but it's going to set up 3rd down and long.
They've had a couple of successes getting to the outside, just outrunning everyone to the outside. They've had some pretty good protection here. It's just tough when you've had a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, third.
To make that up, you know.
You're exactly right. Got 5 on that play, so it is going to be 3rd down and 20 here. Inside of 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. There's the snap to route. They're going to run the option to the left. He's going to keep himself. He's got some room out here. It gets tripped up right around the initial line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a 10-yard gain. Sets up 4th and 10 here for the Eagles.
Probably a smart play. Now it makes it manageable that you can pick up a 10-yarder. It's really difficult when you got to get 20. And, you know, they haven't really thrown to the right side of the field, so it's setting up for this really nice because it's the right side of the field is the large side of the field, so you have a lot of room to work. Plus, you haven't thrown that side yet.
So 4th down and a long 10 here. Looks like they're going to kick this one away. Yeah, route steps back, kicks it away. Low line drive kick. It's going to bounce it around the 8-yard line. Go out of bounds around the 1. Perfect kick that time for Alex Rowlett.
It looked like he aimed it that direction too. It was like a little rugby kick. That really worked out well.
I'm going to say it went out at the 2, but at any rate, here we go. Look at this. Takes a nice bounce, goes right out there inside the 2. We can't do it any better than that. So Rockwall backed up deep in their own end of the field, and
just keep them in front of you.
So good kick that time by Alex Rowlett. The Yellow Jackets offense back on the field. Operate from their end zone. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Henry up the middle. He's got pretty big hole, and then it closes in a hurry, Bobby, around the 5-yard line. He falls forward to about the 6, so let's give him 4 yards on the carry.
7-yard line.
But he may be hurt.
Getting a cramp.
Yeah, it could be a cramp, exactly.
I mean, it was 100 degrees while they were warming up. I mean, he hasn't been running the ball a whole lot, but it's, you know, they had to warm up out there in the heat, and they've probably not went home since school was out. You know, you gotta stay well hydrated in this hot weather.
Yeah, it does appear to be a cramp, and Henry trying to get up here.
Hey, once they start in a game, it's very difficult to keep them from happening over and over and over.
There's a look at the senior running back. He's trying to make it to the sideline.
Calf muscle.
So Henry headed off to the sideline here, and assuredly you will see him back in the game. Got 1:54 remaining here in the first quarter at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Rockwall on top 14-0, facing a 2nd down and 6. Here we go. There's a snap, fakes the handoff.
Going deep.
Looking to throw it. That is Smith. No, pardon me, that's J.J. Williams. That's a great catch.
Beautiful catch.
Yeah, over the shoulder. They're going to mark him down at around the 33, it appears. Boy,
He
nice
got his feet
throw.
in there. Man, that was beautiful. And I know what they're doing. They see that number 41 is entered into the game, and he's not even on the roster. Oh, well, I'm not sure if he got any feet in but
There's a run right up the middle by number 2 of the Yellow Jackets. That's Khalil Catlett, and a nice gain of about 7 on the carry. They've got a little something in the middle there, Bobby, running the ball.
Boy, Andrew Drain just comes from that middle linebacker spot and really just takes a good shot. He gets him underneath that pad, and he's able to lift him up off the ground.
There's a snap. He's looking deep again. This time number 83. Oh, boy, nice coverage that time by number 7 of the Eagles. Ricardo Perez has looked like number 83 for the Yellow Jackets had a step there, Bobby, and he closed it in a hurry.
It was a beautiful play because they pump fake right there. They pump it, and then the tight end is doing it out and up. And Perez comes from the safety spot and picks him up on that out and up. Beautiful job done right there by the safety, number 7.
3rd down and 3 here. And looks like they got a wide receiver screen. The ball's tipped, and that's going to set up a 4th down.
I mean, Rowlett's playing some pretty good defense. Outside of those 2 long touchdowns, they've really been able to hold the Yellowjackets defensively. But now your offense is going to have to help you out a little bit. You're going to just get exhausted, tired if you're never helped out but 3 plays and out. You know, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. You got to do something. They've been able to get their offense, the ball inside the 40 2 different times, and nothing resulted in that. So,
yeah, I think Rockwall looks like they're going to go for it again. It's 4th and 3. There's the snap. And Locke throws it. And, boy, little high to his intended receiver. And Rowlett is going to have great field position.
I think they had, you know, he was open for a second, but there was defenders coming all around him. And I think he heard those feet step coming at him, and he took the ball, his eye off the ball. I mean, he knew he was fixing to get hit. He felt it. Instead of going up with 2 hands like you should, you're like, oh, man, I'm going to go ahead and live another day on this one.
It's number 83, Cade Klinkowski. He is a senior for Rockwall and just couldn't pull it down, like you said, Bobby. So once again, Rowlett, great field position. They're going to start in Rockwall territory once again at the 41. And again, still only trailing 14-0, so they're in this game, especially if they can get points here. Snap to Route. He's going to fake the handoff, looking to throw it across the middle, and well, I think that one just kind of slipped out of his hand. He was looking for, once again, number 3 for the Eagles.
Route's having a little bit of a trouble gripping the ball. I think his hands might be sweating because he's kind of dropped the ball on the snap a couple of times, and it looks like a couple of times the ball's slipping out of his hands a little bit. I think his hands might be sweaty, wet, having a hard time holding it.
2nd down and 10 now for the Eagles. We have 53 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Snap to Route. They're going to run the option this time to the right. Route is keeping it, and he's going to be taken off his feet around the 40-yard line by a number 44 of the Yellowjackets. That's Dawson Hunt.
Yeah, they've seen that a couple of times, and this time it just goes nowhere. It looked like his pitch man was covered. You see, he's covered. There was nowhere to go with that. He wanted to pitch it, but everybody was there. It was a whole line of white jerseys.
3rd down and 9 after the gain of 1 here for the Eagles. Snap to Route, looking to throw it there. 3-step drop, throws it across the middle. Boy, looking again for number 3, Trayvon King, but just overthrows him. And it's going to be another 4th down and long here for Rowlett.
Put a little bit of mustard on that one. It's kind of coming out hot.
So the last time the Eagles punted here and went out at the 2, so let's see if they do the same thing or if they're going to go for it here on 4th and 9. Nope, it looks like he's going to step back and kick it away once again. This time he angles it towards the other side, and this time it's going to take a bounce, and were they able to save it? I think they were.
How about that?
Yeah,
2 in a row.
Mark it down at the 1.
Now, if you can't get any yards against this Yellowjacket team, I'll take the punts inside the 2.
Absolutely.
I mean, those are pretty awesome.
Look and see here once again. You're going to see the kick by Route. And number 18 for the Eagles, Colton Yarborough, is down there. Let's see if he gets in the end zone. Well, look at the slow-mo there. Boy, he stayed out.
Wow.
Boy, great look there by the camera crew, GRS-TV. As always, a great job. And a look at Yarborough right there. Makes a great play. Rockwall inside the 1, 1st and 10. 6 seconds remaining here. The first, probably the last play of the quarter. And that is Smith-Jigba in the seldom used Wildcat offense anymore. You see it every once in a while. He carries it up the middle for about 5, and we have come to the end of 1 quarter here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our score, the Rockwall Yellowjackets 14, the Rowlett Eagles nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS-TV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
Back for the start of the second quarter here. The battle of the lake between Rockwall and Rowlett. Right now the Yellowjackets on top 14-0, and what's been a pretty lopsided quarter, Bobby, on the stat sheet is Rockwall dominating here offensively.
Well, you know, Rowlett last week was only able to put up 218 total yards against Prosper, and then tonight they've only been able to put up 33 in that first quarter. So, I mean, offensively, they just haven't been able to find their groove yet. And 168 total yards by the Yellowjackets, but 2 of those were big pass plays that were over 40 yards each. So, you know, Rowlett's defense has been holding them pretty good if they were able to keep them from getting long passes. And here goes another one.
Yeah, that's locked to J.J. Williams. J.J. Williams breaks the tackle. He's got 1 man to beat here. And, boy, nice job by number 28 of the Eagles to run him down, Johnny Ray. But that's a big play to the senior receiver, J.J. Williams.
And right there from the 1 yard line, all they do is take a little slant pass. And then you pick up 70 yards.
Ray runs him down from behind, but 1st and 10 for the Yellowjackets. A handoff up the middle. Boy, nice running room. They didn't even have the chain set yet, Bobby, and I think he's going to get about 8 on the carry. That is Khalil Catlett again. Catlett in the game. Of course, Zach Henry went out with cramps earlier for Rockwall, and pretty nice run.
Yeah, he just kind of slowly, methodically goes through there.
Rock looking to throw. He's got a man in the middle of the field. Oh! Tipped away that time by, I believe, number 28, Ray. And it was indeed Ray. Boy, nice play there. That's probably 6 more.
Yeah, Johnny Ray's coming to the rescue. That's why you need a safety there. That's exactly why you want to play the safety. Stop that, because he was wide open. He had beat the corner on a post, and you had Johnny Ray sitting in the middle as a safety, and he was able to knock it down.
3rd down and 2 here. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Catlett up the middle. Makes a spin move. He will pick up the 1st down as he gains 3 on the carry down to the 21, and that will move the chains. But nice little spin move there, Bobby. It looked like Rowlett may hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to spin away and pick up the necessary yardage.
Well, some big boys right there for Rockwall.
First and 10 at the 21 of Rowlett. Just a minute into the second quarter, 14-0 Yellowjackets, and they are driving once again. Remember, this drive started inside the 1, and that ball got tipped. That time it just kind of floats harmlessly into the end zone, so incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Here's a look at the sophomore quarterback for Rockwall. Again, number 8, Braden Locke. He played his first varsity game last week against Highland Park and threw for 560-some-odd yards.
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns. Pretty impressive debut for the sophomore.
He's got a good arm.
Send Catlett in motion. They're going to look to fake it his way, throw a screen pass. They've got a wide open tight end, and guess what? He's going to walk in the end zone for the touchdown. It was number 40 that time, Brennan Ray. And a beautifully designed play, Bobby. You're going to see him fake the throw out there to the running back. And
look at all his linemen released to the left. Just tosses it down. Just an easy play.
There you see number 40 for the Yellowjackets. Ray just walking to the end zone. I don't believe he was touched on the play. And
they had the Eagles going one direction with that great pump fake.
Extra point attempt is up by Spearman. It is good. So we'll keep it here, but our score down the Yellowjackets 21 and the Eagles nothing. And again, Bobby, as I mentioned just seconds ago, remember that drive started inside the 1, so that was a 99-yard drive that time, and it didn't take long. Of course, the big play was the throw to J.J. Williams.
Yeah, it was just a nice little slant, about 10-yard pass. And Williams takes it down the sidelines. Only 1 man to beat. And Ray was able to chase him down, but not after 70 yards. And then once you do that, now you can just try to work it into the end zone, and that's what they did.
So Rowlett got their work cut out for them now. And again, they've just got to get some things going offensively, Bobby. You know, we mentioned in the opening about, you know, really needing to establish a run, and they really haven't done that. They've really been looking for those short passes, and they're going to have to do something, do some work here for sure.
Yeah, they've got eight attempts for 1 yard rushing so far, but they've only got 33 total yards.
Yeah, in the game so far, we're just about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Their defense has been looking pretty good. They've been able to hold them just outside those 3 big plays.
Gets set for kickoff here. Let's see if they kick it short again. Here's the little onside. It takes another nice bounce, and then boy, number 88 for the Eagles is able to grab, and he takes a pretty good pop there, but stays on his feet. Ja'Cory Brown able to catch it there. There's a look at Brown, and Rowlett once again, good field position.
Yeah, when they kick those onside kicks, the first guys that the ball goes past, they've got to start blocking really hard to not allow the Yellowjackets to get through there, to get to the man trying to cover it up. But right now, they're just, once it goes past them, it looks like they're just watching, and it's giving the Yellowjackets a 10-yard running start. You got to stop those guys right off the bat.
1st and 10 for Rowlett here at their own 43-yard line. They're going to run the option. There's the pitch. Boy, dangerous pitch, but he's able to pick it up. He gets a few yards outside. That is number 6 for the Eagles. That is Sharjay Hunt.
Yeah, they're going to tack another 15 on it. I think Ashworth comes over and gets him just a little late after he's taken a step out of bounds.
So there is the call against Rockwall. And as you said, Bobby, that's going to give them 15 more.
Go. Late hit out of bounds. No. Automatic first down.
That's going to move him inside, deep inside Rockwall territory, down to the 34. We'll see it again here.
He's just pursuing. He was completely out. He was in the white when he got hit.
So 1st and 10 here in Rockwall territory. This is just what the Eagles needed. Got a little bit of momentum going here offensively now. There's a snap, another high snap, and the handoff coming to number 6 to the left side, and he gets swarmed upon by the Jacket defense after a gain of about 3. Hunt once again with the carry.
That's what you want. You want to just keep moving the ball forward. No negative plays here. Just move it forward each time. Pick some of these yards up. Use the clock.
There's a snap, and this time a designed quarterback draw, and boy, number 20 for the Yellowjackets. Once again, Ashworth comes up, makes a hit, and a gain of only about 1 on the carry.
Well, he's just spying everybody. He's just spying back there. He's got the quarterback and he's got the running back, and whichever way they go, that's where he's going to get them. But you know, if you could just pump fake that, and you can throw right where he's at, because he's coming to get you. And being that aggressive, playing the safety spot, if you can just release a tight end over the top of him, you'll have him wide open.
3rd down 9 here for the Eagles. There's the snap. Route looking to throw it. He's throwing it out to the running back. And Bobby, he may have taken his eyes off the ball before he caught it that time. The pass falls incomplete. And it will be 4th down.
Yeah, he felt the pressure of that linebacker coming towards him, I believe.
We'll keep the offense on the field, it appears. Go for it here on 4th down and 9. Got to make it to the Yellowjacket 24 to pick up a 1st down.
Punt it again.
They are going to punt it as Route steps back. Just that little quick kick. It's going to angle towards the left sideline and go out of bounds once again, this time around the 3, I believe.
Well, if nothing else, he might get a scholarship as the punter.
Yeah, exactly. They do mark it right at the 3-yard line. So another good punt, and they've pinned Rockwall deep once again. Watch this ball go out here.
I mean, you can tell he's aiming that direction. He was aiming. They call that the rugby punt. Little rugby pooch punt. See, UT was doing that for a couple of years pretty consistently.
So the Yellow Jacket offense pinned back deep once again at the 3-yard line. They've got a 21-0 lead. We've got 9:03 remaining here in the second quarter.
Look for the same play, little slant.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off this time up the middle, and across the 5-yard line is the running back. That is Catlett once again, a gain of about 4. We'll mark him down here around the 8, pardon me, about the 7-yard line. So again, a gain of 4, second down and 6 coming up here for the Jackets. There's a snap. This time fakes the handoff, throws across. He's got a man wide open, and boy, just out of the reach of Klinkowski.
Well, he's had a couple of opportunities. He's pretty fast, and he's broke those couple of little routes right there. Such a good fake.
Boy, it takes a nice hit there at the end as well.
You just got to go up with 2 hands. Now we've seen him go 2 times, reach out with 1 hand to catch that ball. But that's a bad habit to get into. You got to go up with 2 hands.
So here we go, 3rd down and 6 coming up here for the Yellow Jackets. Send Catlett in motion.
Oh, he got him wide open down the sideline.
Yeah, the little swing route. Boy, he makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch. He's going down the sideline and tackled it around the Rowlett 32-yard line. Another nicely designed play and pretty good touch on the throw again, Bobby.
Yeah, what they do is he's out of the backfield. You see him come out of the backfield in motion, and then he just slides up the sideline while nobody's looking. And Locke just does a nice job of pump faking and getting that safety to move left and throws it over to the right side.
There's a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it deep, looking for Smith-Jigba, who makes the catch, and that's an easy touchdown. Yeah, Smith has been really quiet since that first touchdown catch of the game, but pretty easy route for the Ohio State commit.
How you get open right there is you kind of lead your defender in just a little bit. You kind of while you're running a streak down the sideline, you kind of lean your shoulder pads on that defender, and right at the last second you release it and you come off of him, and it creates a little bitty separation right there, and that's what makes him so good.
Extra point attempt up and good by Spearman. So, boy, 4-touchdown lead here for the Yellow Jackets. And Smith-Jigba with another touchdown reception, his 2nd of the game. Our new score, Rockwall 28, Rowlett 0. We'll be back after these messages. Come back to the Rowlett crowd, and boy, they've got to get their Eagles going here as they trail by 4 touchdowns. A nice throw from quarterback Braden Locke to wide receiver Jackson Smith-Jigba, and another touchdown for those two. And you know, Bobby, we mentioned on the drive before, Rockwall started inside the 1, had a 99-yard drive. That time they started at the 3, so a 99-yard drive followed by a 97-yard drive.
Yeah. There's got to be a point that when you're inside your 30, instead of punting, you know, even though it's putting them on the 1-yard line, you might as well just go ahead and start to try to go for it. Because when you're down 28-0, it doesn't matter if you lose 28-27 or 20 or 50-0. You're still losing, so you might as well start going for it at that point. So it doesn't matter if you lose by 1 or lose by 10. Go ahead and go for it. At least you know you've been inside the 30 and 40 where you're punting these balls.
This time a little bit of a deeper kick by Rockwall, and going to pin Rowlett inside the 25, or the nose of the football right at the 25. So again, we've got 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Rockwall up 28-0. And Rowlett, they've just got to get some offense going here. Been a tough go for them so far offensively again on the year. You know, we mentioned earlier, had only 211 total yards last week, and they don't have much more here tonight.
Well, it's a different defense. You know, you got a 3-3-3 basically.
Delay game, offense, number 4, 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
That's the second delay of game. And, you know, this is after a kickoff. I mean, I don't know how you get delay a game after a kickoff. And the other one was on a 4th down and 5, and they had to delay a game, and it backed them up to 4th and 10.
So first down 15 now for the Eagles. They have 42 total yards here in the game so far, and time to hand off to number 3 once again. Trayvon King coming around to the left side, gets his helmet jolted off, and he'll have to come off for a play after a gain of about 2.
They're trying to outrun Rockwall to the outside. But boy, when you have Ashworth coming in like that, he's keying on that, and it's making it real difficult for them to be able to get something out there.
Second down 13 now after the gain of 2. Rowlett takes the snap, looking to throw it. He's got plenty of time. He's going to look across the middle, and the catch is made for a short gain. Bobby, that was only a 1-yard reception, and that time to number 11, Christian Morgan.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they ran it like this. I mean, they got in this. He had plenty of time, but he was the deepest route runner, and that was only 1-yard route. I mean, he was the deepest. All the receivers either did a 2-step turnaround or did a 1-step and all the way across the field. He was the deepest one.
So third down and 11 here, and boy, Rowlett just needs to sustain this drive, keep things going. Need to try to pick up the first down.
Got him wide open.
Here comes the throw, and boy, nice catch that time by number 21, Josh Rogers. Bobby, that was a little bit behind him, and he was able to stop and turn.
It was perfect because he put it right between the gap of the safety and the corner. I mean, that's really where you had to throw it. The safety was coming over. If you'd have thrown it out there, he probably wouldn't have been able to complete the pass.
So nice pickup on the play out across the 40 to the 41. 1st and 10 now for the Eagles.
That might be their first or second first down, outside of the penalty first down.
There's a snap. Rowlett going to hand it off. Coming to the left side once again is Hunt, and he is knocked off his feet by Rockwall's Hunt, number 44, Dawson Hunt. So that time we had Hunt tackling Hunt. Gain of 3 on the carry. 2nd down and 7. As you see the Rowlett faithful. We are at the halfway mark here of the second quarter. 28-0 Rockwall.
The stadium is pretty packed. There's a lot of activity going both sides.
There's a snap. This time another handoff. This time the Rockwall defense there. Boy, that's going to be a loss on the play back to the original line of scrimmage. So a loss of 3 on the carry. It's going to set up 3rd down and 10. Big number 95 there in on the tackle for the Yellowjackets. Sebastian Hinojosa.
Need a little trickery. You know, a little pump fake here or there, a little misdirection. Because right now, Rockwall knows exactly what they're going to do every play.
Big 3rd down and 10 call here for the Eagles. There's a snap. Got some time. He's going to throw it out. He's got a man out there. That should be enough for the first down. Takes a big hit by number 4, Cesar, for the Yellowjackets, but he's got, now they're going to mark him short. Bobby, I thought he had enough on his momentum to get him to the first down, but he's going to be about a yard shy. Here comes the pass.
That was a great pass. I mean, a lot of zip on the ball. Yarbrough catches it straight up with his hands, takes a big shot to the helmet. That would be a 15-yard penalty and an ejection in the pros.
4th down 1. Here we go. There's the snap. Quarterback's gonna keep it himself, and he's gonna go nowhere but backwards. Boy, that Rockwall had and was ready for that, and that's a loss of about 5 on that carry.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the call on that one. Man, I mean, it's just straight normal play. Just nothing. Yeah, they knew that was happening. They looked like the whole team knew what the play call was going to be.
So 4:25 remaining here in the half. The Yellow Jacket offense back on the field. Already leading 28-0. Both teams, came into this game at 0-1 on the season. And here comes Boy Locke. A lot of pressure. He throws out looking for Smith. Boy, did he catch that ball? No, he missed it.
Well, Rockwall really had a chance right there because they had players for Rowlett all over the field, not set up. I mean, they had them running on the field and people running off the field and one guy going across the field, getting another position. Rockwall snapped that ball before they were ever ready.
Incomplete pass sets up 2nd and 10. There's the snap, the handoff to the running back for the Yellow Jackets. Boy, nice hole. I believe that's number 34.
34 the ball.
Yeah, Jalen McKay. And he's going to get the 1st down. Nice shot. They pulled the tackle over there, and boy, nice little run there by McKay.
Yeah, they also had the tight end where he's sitting right there in that little wing back, and he ends up being the lead blocker.
Looking deep this time for number 22. He's got him. Boy, nice recovery there by number 20 of the Eagles, Taiwan Edwards, and that pass falls incomplete.
He had a step on him, but Edwards was able to break it up.
Good news. You want money.
Second down and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. I mentioned both of these teams come in at 0-1 on the season. Of course, we mentioned Rowlett had the tough loss last week to a good Prosper team, 31-7, and Rockwall lost at home last week to Highland Park. Of course, no shame in that. Boy, nice play on defense here by the Eagles as they shot the gap. That's number 35 for Rowlett. That's Chris Lockett, and a loss on the play.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play. He reads it all the way as a little. They're going right, and all the blockers were going right as well, but he's able to shoot through that gap and get him as soon as the handoff happened.
Loss of about 3 on the play, so 3rd down and long for the Yellow Jackets. There's a snap. Gonna look to the wide receiver screen. That ball gets tipped. That was number 9 that tipped the ball away, Cameron Lamb. It's going to set up 4th down for Rockwall.
Well, that almost was a real big play for Rowlett. The ball gets blocked. Boom, and now it's almost an interception right there. If it would have had a little bit more on it, Rowlett would have took that one to the house. A little trickery. They were going to the right again, and then they were going to set that screen up going back left. We saw it earlier for the touchdown to the tight end.
Rockwall in punt formation. Looks like they may kick it away this time. 4th down and 13, and looks like they may have got a timeout before the play clock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you need to punt it because you can set your defense out there on the 40-yard line and pretty much think that they're going to hold Rowlett. You know, you're going to get it on. Rowlett's not really been able to do anything to them. They've only had 42 total yards and 1 first down this whole half.
Look at head coach Rodney Webb right there in the middle of your screen for Rockwall. He's done a good job since he's been there. Of course, has some ties to the district, Bobby. He is a North Garland High School graduate. Now leading Rockwall, and again, been pretty successful in his stint there. So Rockwall mentioned earlier, just to finish our thought, you know, the Highland Park loss last week. They lost 66-59, so it was a high-scoring game last week. And again, but they come in 0-1 just like Rowlett does. And so both teams looking for their first win of the season. Rockwall in pretty good shape right now. Still got a long way to go. We got 3:11 remaining in the half.
Both teams, Highland Park and Rockwall, both put up 770 some odd yards. I mean, basically 1,500 yards of offense. Incredible game.
14.
So again, pump formation here for Rockwall. Rowlett's not going to send anybody back. And number 7 for the Yellowjackets gets the kick away, angling towards the out of bounds. And boy, going to be pretty good field position considering where the kick, I think they're going to mark him out, or say the ball went out at around the, probably around the 15 somewhere, 15, 16, somewhere right in that range. Although he's still walking. Look at there. He sure does. 20. Hey, actually at the 22. Well, so as it turned out, a net of only about 8 yards on that punt.
They moved him back a little bit. The other referee was like, where are you going?
Okay, there you go. Back to the 17, so back to where we originally thought. But anyway, a good hold there by Rowlett, and got 3:02 to work with here. Need to try to get some points on the board.
You got to take a couple little chances now. I mean, why not? Little pump fake here and there. Get that safety to come down off to the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
Snap to Rowlett, looking to throw it. Got plenty of time. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there, but he overthrows him by about 2 yards. Looking for number 3, Trayvon King. And again, they've been looking to connect to, all this whole first half, Bobby. And boy, a couple of those, if they connect in the second half, they may can get back in this game.
Well, that's the second time they've actually had it, and they've just overthrown it just a little bit. That's the second time it's happened. That's what you need to do. You got to go ahead and throw it out there and let your receivers go get it.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Eagles.
Snap to Rowlett, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out quickly. He's got his man. King wants it again. This time the catch is made, and he's going to reach across the 20 to about the 21, where they're going to mark him down after a gain of only about 3. And we've got a 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Pretty good pass. He's got a good. He tosses that ball really well to those real short, flat passes out of the backfield and to his receivers doing those little bubble routes. He really gets it to them pretty fast so they can catch it and make something happen.
Clock continuing to run as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the half. Quick throw out. The catch is made. King once again down the sideline. Gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of maybe only 1. So it's going to be 4th down and about 6 now for Rowlett. We just can't get anything going, Bobby. And, we've talked about it, the couple of chances they've had, they just haven't been able to connect, just a couple of overthrows looking for King both times. But they just, offensively, they just can't get it going yet.
Yeah, it seems like they go one direction a lot, too. It looks like he throws only to the right side, doesn't throw very much to the left. It looks like they're going to punt it here.
They're going to kick it away again, a low line drive. Kick is going to bounce around the 47, go out of bounds right at about midfield. And Rockwall will set up shop at the, it looks like at their own 49. So a minute 53. Again, that's plenty of time for Rockwall if they want more points here. And again, Rowlett's job is going to be to keep them away from points. Already trailing 28-0 in this game.
Offenses look really, really good when you got superstars that can run it. But then you have to change your offense up according to your players a lot of times. And a lot of times in high school football, you see coaches, they'll just do what they always do. And sometimes you just need to make it work for your players, the players that you have currently. And it maybe right now Rockwall knows what they're going to do each time, because it really looks like when they line up in certain formations, Rockwall knows where they're going with the ball. And they're playing aggressive towards it. And sometimes it sets up where you can do a little fake, little trickery there, and go the other direction. But we haven't seen any kind of misdirection with their offense yet. I mean, it's either you take the handoff and you hand it off and you go one direction or whatever. But you see on the other side of the ball, Rockwall, they're doing a lot of pump faking. They're doing little out and ups with their guys, and it allows them to be able to make some nice plays.
Boy, Smith-Jigma just reaches over the Rowlett defender. You know, it looked to me on that pass, Bobby, that Locke was trying to throw that away, and he didn't quite get enough on it. You saw Smith just...
And then you have these guys that where you know, it looks like you're a genius when you run a play that really was just broke, and you got players that can just make a play for you like this. I mean, he just goes up and gets it. And I think Locke was throwing it out of bounds.
I do too. I think he was trying to throw it away and didn't get enough on it. Smith just made a great play. And
you got people that are going to, you know, you're already going to a big D1 school that signed up in there. You know, you got some players. Go ahead and toss it up to that guy, and it makes you look like a genius.
Exactly. Tell you what, we've only got a minute, too. Let's just keep it here, Bobby, and talk a little bit more about, yeah, it looks like the timeout was charged that time to Rowlett. So that's their first charge timeout here of the first half. They've got 2 remaining. Rockwall's got 1. We've got a minute 2 remaining here in the half. But yeah, you know, it looked to me like he was just trying to throw that one away and got hit on the play, and you got a good receiver.
Makes you look good.
Makes you look good on that play.
Makes you look good. It looked like there was a good blitz that came from the right side of the defense. Puts a lot of pressure on Locke, but Locke's able to use his arm strength. He didn't have any legs underneath him. He just tries to toss it out there. Good coverage on the defense. The defense was right there, and then you have, you know, the commit Jigma be able to jump out of the world and grab that ball and turn it into a first down for you.
Well, that pass put Rockwall over 400 yards here in the first half. They've got 405 total. Rowlett with only 72. You know, Rowlett's got to get some things shored up here at halftime, and that minute 2 can't come fast enough. You see Smith-Jigma in the Wildcat, but he does hand off and breaking tackles is number 10, J.J. Williams, and that's another touchdown.
He's having a great game, Williams. He took that slant for 70 yards earlier. Now he gets it on the end around.
Breaks a couple tackles as well.
He's a big boy.
So 34-0 now. Yellowjackets with 54 seconds remaining. They're on for the extra point attempt. There's a low snap, and boy, they pitch it. Look at this. See if he can beat him to the outside, and he does. That's going to be 2 points. 2-point conversion by the kicker, Spearman. And watch this here. Jigma just kind of flips it over.
Oh, yeah, it was designed. That was definitely a designed play. He just flipped it backwards there.
Boy, just like that. Another 2 points. It's now 36-0 Rockwall. And we got a shocked Rowlett crowd over here. Again, this is the Battle of the Lake, and usually these are pretty tight ball games between the two, but Rockwall's just kind of come out here tonight and asserted themselves, especially offensively. And Rowlett, they just got to try to get into halftime here and talk about things.
Yeah, 36-0 right here. You've got to get in there and try to adjust, do something different. But, you know, it's good. These games, they're not district games. So
right.
This is what you're doing. You're getting out there and seeing what works and what doesn't work. You want to win the game, don't get me wrong, but you also want to figure out what your team is good at and throw some plays away and then add some new ones.
That's exactly right.
This early in the season, you're going to be moving players around, trying to find the right spot for some players. Maybe you had them as a defensive back, and now you might want to put them at, you know, receiver or vice versa, or move some defensive linemen to the offensive line. You can move guys around. This is early in the season. It's what you use these games for.
Rockwall set to kick it away here to Rowlett. And they're going to kick it deep this time. It's going to bounce and be taking it around the 19, so a nice return error. Penalty flag comes out late. And the return out across the 35, but we will check the flag. Been a relatively penalty-free first half, Bobby.
Personal foul, face mask. During the return, number 10, 15-yard penalty.
They're going to get a first face mask, pardon me, on Rowlett here. That's going to back them up 15. Boy, kind of an odd call on a kickoff. You hardly ever see a face mask called. But
yeah, I think somebody grabbed a player's face mask and kind of pulled him down, dragged him around a little bit. You know, they could have called a personal foul, really. But, yeah, that's their fourth penalty for 50 yards.
It's going to mark him inside the 25. Place the ball down around the 21. It's going to be first and 10 again. Only 47 seconds remaining, and well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Stevens just do a couple running plays here and run out this clock and head on to halftime and talk about things again. 36-0.
You know, last night South Garland was up 22-0 in the second quarter and they ended up getting beat. So it's not out of the possibility Rowlett could go do some adjustments at halftime and come out and just be a complete different team.
Could be. There's a snap. They are going to hand the ball off to number 22, and boy, not much there for the running back from Rowlett. Dewanye Newton, he's been quiet tonight. Loss of a yard, and again, more importantly, I think for Rowlett, as the clock continues to run, neither team going to use a timeout here, so the Eagles probably have one more snap. We'll head to halftime, and again, Rowlett can talk about things and try to make some changes here for the second half. There's a snap. Once again, the handoff right up the middle. Again to number 22 that time, Newton, and that will run out the first half. And boy, a first half totally dominated by Rockwall. We'll see if Rowlett can make the adjustments at halftime. Homer B. Johnson Stadium, our halftime score, Rockwall 36, Rowlett nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS-TV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission, reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future, be the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
We are back at Homer B. Johnson for the start of the third quarter. Our halftime score, Rockwall 36 and Rowlett nothing. It was all Rockwall, Bobby, in the first half, and hopefully Rowlett able to take care of some business here at halftime and come out strong in the second half. But why don't we get to some of the first half highlights? Again, a lot of them on the Rockwall side, but let's run them. Let's see what we got here.
Well, it was a beautiful night to start out with. I mean, the field was beautiful. The shade was in the field, and everybody was pretty happy. Pretty big crowd here.
In the Battle of the Lake, and right away, Braden Locke connected with Jackson Smith-Jigba for a touchdown pass right there.
Yeah, and then this happened.
Yeah, exactly. See the fumble exchange there, and one of the bright spots of the first half for Rowlett. Recovered the turnover, not able to do anything with it offensively, unfortunately, but certainly had their chance. Braden Locke, this is the long pass here to number 10, J.J. Williams, over the shoulder catch, beautiful.
He had a big half.
Got the screen pass to the tight end here from Rockwall, untouched into the end zone for the touchdown. That was their third of the night. Made it 21-0 at that point. See Braden Locke here throw another long touchdown pass to Jackson Smith-Jigba.
He had 91 yards in that half, 2 touchdowns. J.J. Williams, 163 and a touchdown.
Yeah, there's the last touchdown right there to J.J. Williams, who you just mentioned, Bobby, on the end around. That was their 5th touchdown of the first half, and then a little trickery there on the 2-point conversion. See, right over the shoulder.
Very nice.
And into the end zone for the 2 points, and that's where we stand, 36-0. The Rockwall faithful quite happy with the first half from their team, and boy, Rowlett again, hopefully talked about some things and made some adjustments here at half. We'll find out pretty quick, Bobby, as Rowlett will be kicking to start the second half. Look at Coach Doug Stevens there. And I'll tell you what, Rowlett over the years, you know, they've been one of the powers, certainly here in this district. Bobby, Doug Stevens hasn't been on this end of one of these scores in a long time. It doesn't happen often. And let's see if he and his coaching staff are able to make the adjustments here as they face a 36-point deficit. And there goes the kick, and it comes off Rockwall players' hands, but they were able to fall on, I believe that's number 24 for the Jackets, able to corral it. That's Dayrick Dean, and indeed it was Dean. And so Rockwall will take over 1st and 10. They're going to have pretty good field position here to start the second half at their own 39.
Well, Rowlett's going to have to come out here on defense and really shut them down and give that offense some opportunities to do something this half, because they only had 79 total yards in that first half and only really two first downs.
Yeah, Rowlett, and we'll get to Rockwall stats here in just a second. Their offensive stats had over 400 yards in that first half. Bobby will get to those here shortly. 1st and 10 for Rockwall as we get set here to start the second half. And a penalty flag for delay of game. And, boy, again, that's one of those penalties. It's really
you shake your head at it a little bit because it's right after the kickoff. I mean, you've had the whole entire half basically to go, okay, this is the play we're going to start out with. This is what we're going to do. And then you get a delay of game.
Get a delay right off the bat. You see Coach Rodney Webb is arguing something, but he's not going to win that argument. It's going to be a delay of game call against Rockwall. 1st down and 15.
Delay of game. Hey, replay the game.
So here we go. 1st down and 15 for the Yellow Jackets. There's a snap and fake handoff, throw on the slant route. And boy, in and out of the hands that time of number 7 for the Yellow Jackets. That is Trevor Munson. And boy, an incomplete pass there. Bobby, why don't we talk a little bit about the first half stats for Rockwall?
Boy, they threw a nice little zip right there. He had the ball, just kind of missed it, bounced off his knee. Yeah, they threw the ball for 351 yards, 12 of 25 passing, about 30 yards per attempt, for a total of 422 yards that half, 71 on the ground. But they really started picking their ground game up right there at the end of the second half.
Yeah, they picked up about 9 more right there. It's going to be 2nd down here, and boy, Catlett, that's going to be a face mask call. That's going to be an automatic first, but he picks up the first on his own. So they're going to be right at midfield, a 4-yard gain for Catlett, but then they're going to tack on another 15 on the end of this one.
That'll be the 3rd
first
personal
foul. 15-yard penalty.
It almost looked there in live action that 2 Rowlett players, grab face mask is what it looked like, but we may be able to pick it up here. You see Catlett with the handoff, so there's one right there. Now I think he just had the other player for Rowlett just had it, like a headlock, but at any rate, a 15-yard penalty. It's going to mark it inside Rowlett territory at the 35, 1st down and 10. Rockwall, another handoff, Catlett up the middle.
Well, he's just getting in behind those big offensive linemen, and they're just pushing Rowlett backwards.
Yeah, 4-yard gain that time up the middle for Catlett.
They're in a running formation. Looks like they've, got a little wing back coming in and lead blocking for him. And boy, look at the size of those guys right there. Just get up behind them and just let them push them back.
There's a throw, a low throw, but a little bit behind the tight end, Kay Klinkowski, and he was able to make the catch and pick up another 1st down. They're going to mark him down around the 21.
Again, he was in that wing back, and what they do is he just see him coming in right through there, just right behind the big lineman. It goes out into the flats, and they just dump it off to him. And he's a big guy. It takes a lot of guys to pull him down.
Low snap to Locke. He's going to throw it away this time. And when there's player's helmet on the ground, and see whistles, and that's the big offensive tackle for Rockwall, number 77. He's going to have to come off for a play. And he is a 3-year starter for Rockwall. Matt Joyce, he's 6'5", 320.
I mean, how do you get pants and shoulder pads to fit guys like that? You say, oh, well, I got to get a special order from Amazon? I mean, what do you do?
Absolutely. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Rockwall moving in a hurry. Catlett with the handoff up the middle. He's going to gain about 4 more. And a penalty flag comes out late from the referee, and let's see what the call is here. May get a hands to the face call here.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Number distance, automatic first down.
So it didn't pick it up, but it looked like the way he was signaling it was one of those illegal hands to the face, so it's a personal foul against Rowlett. And that's going to give him 15 more. We'll see if we can pick it up here. There's the handoff to Catlett. And
oh, yeah, right there. That's the tight end spot, defensive end. He comes in with his arm and forearm right to the face mask.
Boy, Rowlett didn't need to help Rockwall out as they've got a 1st and goal now inside the 10. Already up 36-0 in this game. There's a snap and handoff to Catlett. Boy, good job that time by the Eagle defense, and I believe that's number 10 on the stop. It was indeed a great play.
Wills there.
Yeah, Wills comes across.
Lineman. Yeah. Fights it off. You see him getting fighting right in there. Gets into the middle of it.
Snap, fakes the handoff to Catlett, throws across. He's got a wide open Klinkowski for the touchdown.
Well, Rowlett doesn't know if he's going to come in motion and block or if he's going to go out for a pass. And of course, this time it looks like he's going to block, and boom, he just releases.
Of course, play action works beautifully when you get the running game going. It did there, and
this is kind of what we were talking about earlier for the Eagles. You know, you have Ashworth playing so aggressive, you could do something like that, but you're not in the formation, and your play calling isn't in position to do that. So, you know, they don't have a tight end.
Snap and hold, and the kick is good by Spearman, and just like that, a little over 2 minutes into the second half, and our new score, Rockwall 43, Rowlett nothing. You can see a look there at the Rockwall crowd, and Bobby, I think you mentioned it earlier, pretty good crowd here tonight for this for both of these squads, and we'll take a quick break here. We've got 9:50 remaining in the third, 43-0 Rockwall.
You can meet.
See the Rowlett fans as we come back to live action. They are still happy, even though they're trailing pretty big in this ball game, Bobby. It's 43-0. It's really been dominated all night long by the Yellowjackets, and got close to 500 total yards now. We'll get to the Rowlett stats here as soon as they get the ball on offense, as we're set for the kick now. Little low line drive kick, hits one of the linemen there and able to fall on it at the 46.
Good hands.
Yes, he did. So the Rowlett offense coming back on the field right here. And again, we mentioned in the first half, not even 100 total yards. And I'll let Bobby get to the stats here as we wait for the offense to get on the field.
Yeah, 79 total yards, 2 first downs, 61 yards in the air, 10 of 19 passing. 18 yards rushing, 16 attempts. They've had 6 penalties, 64 yards in penalties, and 1 turnover.
So 79 yards of offense in the first half, and you would think they need to pick some things up here offensively. There's another delay of game. So we've had both teams on their first play from scrimmage in the second half with delay of game penalties. And that expression right there from Coach Stevens says it all.
Well, the plays are coming from him, so he's the one that gives the signals with his hands and all that sort of thing. got an injured player right here. He must be cramping.
Yeah, it's got to be a cramp because, of course, we didn't even get a play off there, and you've got an injured player. So, well, he's stretching that back leg. It looks like it probably is a cramp. That's number 15 for Rockwall, PJ Barber.
It's interesting because, I mean, that's the first time they've been on defense.
Exactly, in this half.
In the half. Yep. So he gets a cramp from running from the sideline to his position.
Kind of an interesting start to the second half. Both teams on their first offensive play with delay of games, and then we have a injured player without running an offensive play for Rowlett. So pretty strange here to start, but we are ready now. Rowlett comes out. There's a snap, and the quarterback looking to throw it. He throws it out, has his man. That is Trayvon King, and he's going to be across midfield for a gain of about 4 yards. Route to King has been the, really the best option tonight for Rowlett, Bobby, so far.
Well, Route, he can throw that ball really good. I mean, that's a nice tight spiral right on the money. But it only netted you just 3 from the line of scrimmage.
6 yards ago for the Eagles.
Second down 6. There's a snap. Route rolling to his right here. He's going to keep it himself on the quarterback draw, and boy, Rockwall said, yeah, you're not going this direction. No gain. Maybe lost half a yard on the carry. Big number 95 right there for the Yellowjackets on the stop. Sebastian Hinojosa. And we've got a third down and a long 6 coming up here for Route. Snap to Route, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out. He's got his man King. Tries to make an inside move, but a good tackle by the Jackets, number 18, Cade Welcher. And it's going to set up a fourth down and about 3. And you would imagine Rowlett going to keep the offense on the field.
Well, we would say that, but, in similar situations, they've been punting the ball, that little pooch punt, rugby punt. But again, I don't know why not. Might as well.
Down by 6 touchdowns here. There's another bad snap to Route. He's going to throw it out in the flat. Good catch. And that's going to be a first down. Rowlett still on his feet. Boy, nice run after the catch by number 22 of the Eagles, Dewanye Newton. And that is a big first down for Rowlett.
Well, that's exactly what they needed. 4th down and 5, 4th and 6. Tosses it out there to him. He makes a big play, gets a first down. Gives your team a little bit of confidence. You see those big linemen down the field blocking.
First and 10 at the 30 of Rockwall. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter. Rockwall on top 43-0. Boy, another bad snap, and Route's just going to have to fall on this one. He's going to lose about 12 yards. Well, another problem tonight for the Eagles has been that exchange, as it looks like the center may be coming out right now. Just we've seen several snaps either high or low, or something they're going to need to work on as we head towards district play.
Well, you see Rockwall runs a 3-3 and 3. They got 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 3 safeties.
Well, a lot of time here for Route. He throws it out. Oh, and just threw it a little too hard for number 3, Trayvon King, who cannot haul it in, and it's 3rd down and 22 now.
He had so much time. That was a great job by the offensive linemen. See them do their job. Look at 76 taking care of the defensive end. Double teaming up the middle just gives him so much time. Route probably got a little excited. Just felt like the time was running out on him. He had to get it out of his hands quickly. Put a little too much on it.
Third down and long. Snap to Route, looking to throw it. Here comes some pressure. He throws it out. He's got a man, number 18, and what a nice tackle out there in the flat. A gain of about 10 yards, but they're going to be 12 yards shy of the first down. Nice catch there by number 18, Colton Yarborough.
Yeah, he does a little 10. He plants his foot and breaks it out tight. Just a real nice route. Route delivers.
4th down and 12 here for the Eagles.
Really the first good drive of the game for the Eagles. They've kind of settled down here and made some good plays.
Snap to route, looking to throw it, going forward here on 4th. He's throwing it to King. He's going to be well shy of the 1st down, however, gain of only 3. That'll be a turnover on downs, and Rockwall takes over 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's the play. It's 4th and about 10 yards. You got to throw it over 10 yards. He was surrounded.
I'll tell you what, Bobby, one thing we've noticed tonight, at least I have with Rockwall, they're a pretty good tackling team. If you notice, you know, when they make contact, typically that the tackle happens. I mean, they don't let many, hadn't seen many broken tackles tonight by Rowlett. So,
and early in the season, you usually do see a lot of that. You see a lot of broken tackles, especially because nowadays you're not really allowed to tackle that much during practice anymore. You know, they got the concussion problems and all that sort of thing, so they really just run to the ball, tap the guy on the helmet, and whistle gets blown. They don't really tackle and bring people all the way down to the ground, so in practice. So really the only time you're really tackling people is in the game, and so you first couple of games you see a lot of missed tackles, but you're right, this game, especially with Rockwall, they've really not had many missed tackling opportunities, and Rowlett the same way. They've been doing pretty good at it.
Yes, they have. Handoff up the middle this time, and boy, breaking outside. Pretty nice run there, a gain of about 5 yards for number 34 for the Yellowjackets. It's Jalen McKay. Clock approaching 5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. There's a snap to Locke. He's going to throw that slant route. He was looking for number 14 that time, the sophomore for Rockwall, Caden Marshall. They are not able to connect. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Pretty good coverage out there as well.
Yeah, Tawan Edwards, I mean, he's a junior defensive back, and that was really good coverage. He had inside leverage, and so that was kind of going to be like a little 5-yard slant, and he just kind of broke in front of it. So real lucky that wouldn't get picked off. Having fun on the sideline.
Yes, they are. A little jump rope.
3rd and 5 for the Yellowjackets.
3rd down and 5 here for the Jackets. They've got to get close to midfield to pick up the 1st down, and they're going to call a timeout here as play clock was running down. They get a call with 1 second remaining. So why don't we take a quick break with it? We've got 4:57 remaining here in the 3rd with our score, Rockwall 43, Rowlett nothing.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
Back after a timeout, Rockwall's first timeout here of the 2nd half. They've got a 3rd down and 5.
Look at all of the misdirection right there on this play.
Yeah, the handoff on the end around to number 14, Marshall. He's going to pick up a 1st down. Gain of about 10 yards. A nice play that time. And
what's impressive is they ran that, executed it perfectly. You know, you do things in practice with all these different misdirections and they look okay, but then you get in the game and it all falls apart. And they were able to execute it just like you want to, just like you practice it.
Got an injured player, a Rowlett player there on the Rockwall sideline. Trying to pick up a number on that young man, but I think it's 28. That is Johnny Ray. He's made some big plays tonight for Rowlett.
Yeah, he's made 2 touchdown saving plays, actually.
Seen a couple of players with cramps, it looks like that may be the case with him as well, as you saw him kind of pushing on the toes there. And he's up, and that's a good sign for the Eagles. There's a look at the young player, and look at the drill team, the Silver Rhythm Dancers for Rowlett.
Back in the day, they'd give you these yellow salt pills before the game.
Yep,
you
sure
remember
did.
those?
Absolutely.
I don't think they do that anymore, but you know, it's before we had Gatorade and all that good stuff.
That's exactly right. The coaches would tell you, go in there and take one of those salt pills. They were horrible.
Yeah, they had like a big old tray of them, and everybody just grab one as they walk out.
That's exactly right. Like grabbing a throat lozenge or something. It was pure salt. Yep. Handoff on first down up the middle to number 34 once again. A nice gain of about 8 yards that time by Jalen McKay. And again, Rockwall just kind of methodically moving down the field here on Rowlett, keeping the chains moving and keeping the clock running as well.
Good tackle right there by Donovan Moore, sophomore.
Line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line of the Eagles.
Second down 2 here for the Jackets. Inside of 4 minutes to go. High snap, but able to be taken. And once again, that is McKay. And he's going to spin enough for the first down, a gain of about 3 yards. So again, the senior running back McKay getting some playing time here and making the most of it.
Again, Donovan Moore comes in and makes the tackle, number 25. Sophomore. Showing he's got a little something.
Yeah, we're getting close to that time of game, Bobby. You probably will see quite a few of these players that are, don't get a whole lot of playing time, but it's nice to get them the experience, especially as you mentioned, the younger kids. Block with a rollout to the left after the play action, and he's looking for number 13, but the pass falls incomplete. Jax Johnson, that's who he had in his sights, but incomplete, and second down.
Defending for the Eagles, Ricardo Perez, second and 10.
There's quite a bit of pressure right here by the Eagles. See him coming in after him.
Beautiful night for football here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, our second game of the season.
Yeah, it's good to have all these kids out here having a good time on a Friday night. That's what it's all about.
Hand off to McKay once again. Boy, he breaks through the line, and touchdown saving tackle there by number 10 of the Eagles, Xavier Wills.
Yeah, but when you do that and you bring the guy down backwards like that, it's like when they call those horse collaring. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he comes down on his back, and then people come up over the top of him. And so watch him come down, and then everybody hits him right there and bends him over backwards. That's dangerous for both players, actually, on those kind of tackles.
Yes, it is.
Xavier Wills. First and 10, Rockwall. Rowlett, 21-yard line.
He's in the training staff. They come out there and
they're working on him. They're looking at him down there. He got bent pretty good.
Another handoff, McKay this time to the left side for a short gain of about 3. Clock continues to run. We approach 2 minutes remaining here in the third.
In on the tackle for the Eagles, Cameron
Congamont on the tackle.
Also in on the tackle, Andrew Drain. Yard gain, second and 7.
I'm sure they just nicknamed him King Kong. Cameron King Kong.
There you go.
Keep playing like that, and they will. He's been in a lot of plays tonight.
Play clock down to 1, and Coach Rodney Webb for the Jackets has to use his second timeout.
Timeout.
Got 1 remaining here in the half, and I'll tell you what, we'll take a break with it. We've got 1:54 remaining in the third with our score, Rockwall 43, Rowlett nothing. timeout. 2nd down and 7 for the Yellow Jackets. They're on top 43-0. We've got 1:54 remaining here in the third.
Eagles 18.
New quarterback on the field for the Jackets, number 12, Matthew Haney.
Look at that. He gets in.
Take it. Gets knocked off his feet inside the 5 at the 4, but it's going to be 1st and goal, Rockwall.
Yeah, he gets in there first play, and he just about takes it to the house. Now, he's a big-sized kid.
The senior quarterback.
He's going to take it in.
No signal. Yep, there's the touchdown. So another touchdown for the Yellow Jackets.
You should be playing me all along. Big kid. Look, he took it right under center. You don't see that very often. I like the play.
Yeah, they just kind of keep pushing forward. That was number 92 for Rowlett, kind of riding him all the way to the end zone. Deshaun McGaha, but again, Haney able to just bulldoze his way into the end zone. Extra point attempt coming up here. Kick up from Spearman. It is good, and the Jackets have reached the half-century mark. Still, with 1:30 remaining in the third quarter, Rockwall 50, Rowlett nothing. You see quarterback Haney there. We'll keep it here.
Having a good time right there, you know. Finally get to come in and take the ball under center.
Get you a touchdown, the senior quarterback for the Yellow Jackets.
Yay, Rowlett guys having fun out there.
They are, for sure. Rowlett faithful there, still cheering their team on. But didn't expect this tonight. Again, this is a rivalry game over the years, and again, I mentioned earlier, you know, usually this game, Bobby, doesn't matter what the teams look like. Usually a pretty close game, but Rockwall's just, you know, from that opening, you know, they got the onside kick to start the game, and then 2 plays after that, they had the long touchdown pass to Smith-Jigba, and it just seems like it just kind of started rolling after that.
Yeah, it's been fun times now. Now, they've played a couple times at the Cotton Bowl to open the season up, and a couple of years ago, Rowlett won that one at the Cotton Bowl. Just a pretty good rivalry going.
This time the kick is deep. It's going to come down around the 13. This one's returnable. And boy, look, got a little room outside here. Down the sideline. Got the kicker to beat. Well, good return that time by number 8 for Rowlett. And that gets us
Johnny Ray again.
Yeah, 28, I'm sorry. Johnny Ray. And
finally gives the Eagles something to cheer about. Boy, the sideline went nuts on this return.
34-yard return by Ray.
So Rowlett with good field position into Rockwall territory. They're going to start 1st and 10 from the Rockwall 44. And I see if that gives them a little momentum again, just to get some offense going here and see if they can't put points on the board on this drive. There's a snap. Rowlett hands it off. Number 6 coming to the right side. Makes one man miss and then gains about 6 yards. A nice carry that time for Jarjay Hunt. 1 minute mark here of the third quarter. Rowlett with a 2nd down and 5. There's a snap, quick throw out. Oh, and not able to hold on to the pass. Number 3, Trayvon King.
Christian Morgan actually makes a great block right here. He's on the outside, playing the wide receiver out there. And, of course, King was going to catch that one and run behind him. And usually they get through that block pretty quick, but number 11 does a great job there, Morgan, blocking. So if he was able to catch that one, he might have had some running room.
3rd down and 5 here for the Eagles. There's Seth. They're going to run the option this time to the left. He's going to keep it himself and push forward. He's going to be close, but no, I think he's about half a yard shy, Bobby, where they're marking him. Well, they're going to give it to him. So he pushed his way forward for the first down. So a nice gain there by the quarterback, a gain of 6, and they are into or inside the 35-yard line at the 34, first down and 10.
It's a good time to go to the end zone.
Rowlett looking to throw it, throws it out quickly to King. King makes the catch, turns it upfield, down the sideline, a gain of about 9 more. Going to push him out at the 25.
He's been active tonight, King has. He's been the best, their favorite receiver, throwing right out of that slot.
And the Eagles pick up another first down on the 25-yard line.
Pretty good drive here for Rowlett. Of course, it was started with the nice kick return. Rowlett on the move. Should be the final play here of the third quarter. Send a man in motion. There's a snap. Going to hand it off up the middle to number 6. That is Charjay Hunt. He's going to gain about 2, and we have indeed come to the end of 3 here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. All Rockwall at this point, but Rowlett with a pretty good drive. Our score, Rockwall 50, Rowlett 0. We'll be back after these messages on GRS-TV. For the start of the fourth quarter here, Homer B. Johnson Stadium, Rockwall on top 50-0. Rowlett pushing, however, here. They have a second down and 8 at the Rockwall 23. We were talking there at the break about the band. They were just playing and just having a good old time, even though they're down.
Man, they had their heads swinging
they were
and rocking.
And yeah, that hair was going everywhere. It was
pretty fun.
Pretty fun looking side. Good to see those young kids still having a good time.
See a whole different looking defense out there now.
There's a snap, the handoff. They're going to run a sweep to the left side here with number 22, and he gets swallowed up by the middle linebacker for Rockwall. That was Dewanye Newton on the carry, and number 44 right there on your screen for the Jackets, Dawson Hunt with the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like a whole different group. I mean, you got different socks on out there and different, you know, I don't know. They've got a whole different group in there playing defense now. So we'll see if Rowlett can put something together here.
That's a big third down for him, 3rd down and 7. Got to get to the 15 to pick up a first down. There's a snap. Rowlett throws it out. He's got his, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, number 14. That time could not hang on, Hector Soto, and it's going to be 4th down.
Good tight coverage. Soto's having to come back for the ball right there. He does a little out and then comes back to it. That defensive coverage was right on him as the ball got there.
Here we go, 4th down and 7. Snap to Rowlett, straight drop back, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. He's got a man out there, catch. Oh! It was made for just a split second, and then number 21 for the Jackets knocks it out of his hands.
It's a great pass, good route.
Yeah, I thought Soto had this ball, Bobby, and he does.
Grabs it. That is good defensive play. Just knocks the ball right out of his hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rockwall will play Arlington Bowie next Friday night.
So turnover on downs, and boy, that was a good drive for Rowlett, though, right there, Bobby. And, you know, if he's able to hold on to it there, they've got a first to go probably at around the 2-yard line. So Pretty good drive that time for the Eagles.
Wildcats kickoff for that game, 7 p.m.
There's a snap and the handoff up the middle. I believe once again that was McKay with the carry.
Andrew Drain on the tackle.
Yeah, pardon me, that is not McKay. That is number 26. That's Jackson Bennett.
Jackson Bennett, ball carrier.
With the carry, he picks up about 5.
Solo by Andrew Drain.
Good job right there defensively, swarming to the ball.
And 5, second down, 5 yards to go for the Yellowjackets.
Well, they get in that traditional huddle and then they break out and set up, don't they?
In a hurry. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off on the wide receiver end around coming around. He's going to pick up the first down. That's number 17 for the Jackets, Brendan Bays.
Brendan Bays around the right side.
Ricardo Perez on the tackle. He's out there playing the corner.
Ricardo Perez. It is to the 35, first down and 10, Rockwall.
First down 10 now for the Jackets. The ball at the 35. There's a snap, and they're going to hand the ball off this time to the left side. Boy, nice play, staying at home. Number 25 for the Eagles makes the tackle. That's Donovan Moore.
Jackson Bennett on the carry.
A gain of only about 1. Let's give him 2 on the carry, but
nice solo tackle.
Sure
right
was.
There. Coming to you. There he is. Squares him up. Don't let him get away from you. Nice job.
Another handoff, boy, and he gets hit immediately in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
Jackson Bennett.
That was Bennett once again with the carry. 2 Rowlett defenders on top of him in a hurry. Number 32 right there on your screen was the first man there.
Yeah, Cameron Kongamon. Telling you, we're going to call him King Kong. He's making some big hits tonight.
Yes, he is. Game clock inside of 9 minutes. Rockwall up 50-0 in this game. Big third down and 10 here for the Rowlett defense. Like to see a stop and get the offense back on the field. Quarterback keeps it. Still on his feet, pushing forward. He's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down. It's 4th down and 3.
You have to go low when he comes in running full steam at you. You see these defensive backs, when they reach that level, defensive backs are probably outweighed by a good 40, 50 pounds, so they're going at their legs when they're coming at you like that. That'll wear you down. Big boys.
So clock continues to run. Rockwall trying to take as much time off of every possession now as the play clock is under 10 seconds, and may even go ahead and use their final timeout here. Yeah, coming down to 1. That's indeed what they do. So Coach Webb elects to use his final timeout. They've got no more remaining here in the half.
Rockwall.
So with
third and final
timeout here, we'll take a quick break with them. Our score: Rockwall 50, Rowlett 0.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
I've seen them.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
Back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, Rockwall set to punt it away here on 4th and 3. Number 28, Ray, back for the Eagles, and there's the kick. They're going to try to kick it. Well, I thought they were going to try to kick it away from him. It comes right to him, but he does call for a fair catch, and Rowlett will start 1st and 10 from their own 18.
Good, smart play. Ball was in the air a long time. Good, fair catch. Real good punt.
So, of course, the last time the Eagles had the football, they had a pretty good offensive drive going. Let's see if they can do the same here on this possession. We've got 7:45 remaining, and of course, at this point, Bobby, you're just trying to get those little wins. You want to see the offense try to pick it up here. Defense has held Rockwall. Of course, they had 36 in the first half. They've only scored 14 here in the second. So the defense doing its job, and I'd like to see the offense now move down the field. There's a snap. Route's going to keep it himself. Design quarterback draw, and boy, he gets hit in a hurry and dropped for a gain of only 1 yard. That closed in a hurry.
I mean, it did quickly, and you can watch the play. There was some big hits coming from behind the play. I mean, they were just... There was some plays coming from behind that really took some big shots. We weren't able to see in that replay.
Second down 9 here for the Eagles. There's the snap. Quick throw out in the flat. Is caught, still on his feet across the 25 to about the 26. So a gain of almost 7, and he's going to set up third down and short here for the Eagles.
Great block right here from the tight end. You see him blocking right there, just got out there, and that's what sprung that out.
Third and short here for the Eagles. High snap, but Route able to take it in. The pass out there to King, who runs out of a shoe, I believe, but does pick up the first down out across the 30 to the 35. So nice gain on the play, and again, he'll have to go gather a shoe. There it is.
It comes flying off quickly.
He'll try to put it on real fast.
Yeah, they'll give you a penalty if your helmet comes off and you keep participating. Your shoe flies off, they don't care. Yeah, you just keep running.
Well, I always laugh at them too. You'll see them pick up the shoe and they'll try to put it on real fast. I'm thinking, well, obviously, if you could just slide it on, your laces weren't tight enough to begin with.
That's right, man. They need to be taped on.
That's right. First and 10 Eagles. There's a snap, and they're going to run the option here to the left. Quarterback's going to keep it. Nice little hole. Makes a nice inside cut, and nice gain out across midfield to the 47 of Rockwall.
First down for the Eagles. Sit into Yellowjacket territory.
Great block right there.
A couple nice plays there for the quarterback, and cuts, I should say, and nice run for him. In Rockwall territory, as we are almost halfway through the fourth quarter. There's a snap, the play action, the quick pass out, a nice move inside, still on his feet, and then taken down about a yard shy of the first down is number 17 for Rowlett, Jeremiah Tarwo.
Yeah, it was a great catch. He actually does a little 8-yard stop. Ball was thrown real nice, good protection, but it was all hands catch. Very nice. Executed play.
Second down, a long one here for the Eagles. There's a snap. Play action once again. They're going to throw it to the middle, a little bit behind the intended receiver that time, number 21, Josh Rogers. Will stop the clock.
He has plenty of time to throw the ball. Just a little bit behind him.
So third down and 1 to go here.
Most important thing is just get this first down.
Snap to route. He's going to hand it off to the right side. He's going to pick up the first down. That is 22. And another nice run for Dewanye Newton.
Boy, he barely got that first down. He met a bunch of white jerseys. Yeah, that's the first play that we've seen changed up right there. You see number 3, King, coming in motion and basically lead blocking for him.
The Eagles pick up another first down on the Rockwall 36-yard line.
So another good drive here for Rowlett at the end of this game. They are now at the Rockwall 36-yard line. There's a snap to Rowlett, quick throw out. Well, a high catch is made, but then hit immediately and dropped by the Rockwall defender is number 21, Josh Rogers. There's 23, young man on the tackle for Rockwall.
Yeah, Josh didn't have much of a chance. As soon as he catches that ball, he's getting hit pretty quick. Good hands, they were able to hold on to it.
No gain on the play, second down and 10. So we are inside of 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. There's a snap, and they're going to run the option back to the right side here. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's got a big hole, and he's going to be tackled inside the 25 all the way down to the 22. Another first down for the quarterback route.
That's the first time we've seen that play too. Now you see King comes in motion again and then stops for the pitch. You know, just a little misdirection keeps those linebackers, you know, guessing what you're going to do. So very nice, different play call.
Oh, and a loss of the ball there on the handoff, and it's number 6 of the Eagles. It gets thrown down, roughly Chargé Hunt.
Boy, Joseph Jones, big tight end that's been playing out there, been doing a great job. He was the one that was lead blocking earlier. And watch this block if we get it on screen right here. He just really pancakes him a guy. Bam! Right
yes,
there.
He did.
He clears it out for him. I mean, he's just been really blocking a really good job tonight.
Loss of 2 on that last play. Second down, they're going to run the option. Quarterback keep it again, cuts back. Guess what? He's got open field. He's at the 5, and Rowlett is on the board.
No better place to do it, but right in front of the student section.
So we have gone almost 8 full quarters, Bobby, in the season so far. At Rowlett's first offensive points of the season.
Get everybody going one direction, come back the other way. Good job by the receiver downfield blocking the whole way. He didn't ever give up on the play. Blocks all the way into the end zone.
Nice run there by the quarterback, Alex Rowlett with their first points. Here's the extra point attempt up, and it is good by number 32, but there's the quarterback for the Rowlett Eagles. Alex Rowlett scores on a touchdown run. Our new score, Rockwall 50, Rowlett 7. We'll be back after these messages. Johnson Stadium, the Rowlett Eagles score to cut the lead 50-7. During the extra point, we did have an injured Rowlett player, and we're trying to see if we can figure out what had happened. But he has been down on the turf through the break. You see them trying to flex the left leg around the knee area. When you hate to see that, you hope it's not a knee.
Yeah, like we were talking about on extra points, usually you don't see any kind of injuries because there's so many rules about diving towards their knees or jumping over the players. You know, it's usually meant for the offense not to have to do a whole lot. You just stand up and get in the way, really. So you'd hate to see that.
Yeah, good to see him up on his feet, though, and coming off the field. One of the offensive
definitely
linemen.
favoring that left leg.
Yes, he is.
Scoring drive for the Eagles. 82 yards, 11 plays.
So good drive there for Rowlett. They're set to kick it away. We've got 3:11 remaining here in the ball game. Rockwall on top 50-7.
Dylan Rapp kicking off for the Eagles.
And there's the high, deep kick. It's going to be taken, actually a fair catch call for at the 11. So, of course, fair catch caught within the 20. You bring it out to the 25. So Rockwall will start there, 1st and 10.
Yeah, smart. That was a smart play by him because he probably wasn't going to get to the 25. And you take that fair catch, you just go ahead and take it out there as freebie. So that's a very nice play.
So the Jackets come out, 1st and 10 at the 25 here.
Starting out at the 25.
There's a snap and the handoff up the middle. Of course, they're just going to try to run as much clock as possible here. There's Jackson Bennett once again with the carry.
Gain is up to the 28-yard line, gain 3, second down.
So good to see Rowlett on the scoreboard here, Bobby. Their game next week, they will play the Plano Wildcats. Another tough game for Rowlett next week. Of course, they're going to start off 0-2 here on the season. And they've got another tough game coming up, like I said, against Plano, and then we get into district play. So they've got a lot of work to do here, you know, in the next 2 weeks to prepare for district. Again, they've got Plano next week, their final non-district game, and then they will start district play 2 weeks from tonight against Naaman Forest.
Taken down the 31-yard line by Jugo.
3rd down and 4 coming up here for the Jackets, as we are inside of 2 minutes to go here in the ball game.
A lot of different players getting to play a lot of different positions now. Just to have fun out there. This is what it's all about now. You just got to go out and get better.
Bennett with the carry once again. And, you know, Bobby, we look at the stats for Rowlett, and of course these are unofficial at this point, but looks like they've got 212 total yards. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what they had in last week's ball game as well. So 212 2 weeks in a row for Rowlett. Pretty easy to tell what the average is for them so far offensively. And of course, they may get another touch or two here as it's 4th down and 7. Rockwall in punt formation. Here's the snap. And the kick is away. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce it around the 42, take a Rockwall bounce, and they're going to down it, looks like around the 38-yard line. So Rowlett will indeed have it on offense one more time, 58 seconds remaining. Rockwall moves on next week to play Arlington Bowie. Again, they will move to 1-1 after the victory tonight, play a pretty tough Arlington Bowie team next week. Rowlett here with the loss tonight. Again, they will move to 0-2 here. And again, as we said, play Plano next week. And I know Coach Stevens, though, Bobby, he will have these young men ready for district play, regardless of what the non-district schedule looks like or what the record looks like coming out of non-district. And again, right off the bat, they get Naaman Forest here in 2 weeks.
Are you surprised that they bring out their starting quarterback this time of the game?
I am a little bit.
And throw it?
Yeah, trying to get some work in with these guys. Boy, he's going to come all the way back across the field. That's number 6, and pretty nice little run. That was number 6, Chargé Hunt. And
well, there was such a big collision in the middle of the field at this time of the game. I mean, watch this. When they start crossing back across the field, that's when it gets dangerous, because then you get a lot of blindsided hits. And watch this. Boom. Right there. Knocks his helmet clean off. It does spring the runner, though.
Yeah, there must have been a penalty on that play, too. I didn't see it, Bobby, but they are backing him up to the 46. So I'm not sure what the call was, but at any rate, we've got 46 seconds remaining. Rowlett, 1st and 10. There's a snap to Rowlett. He's going to hand it off. Number 44, new running back in the game for Rowlett. And a pretty nice little run there, a gain of about 7.
Parker.
Making the stop for Rockwall.
Senior defensive back, now playing running back.
There's some carries on offense. Got a 2nd down and 3 as we are approaching 20 seconds remaining. This will probably be the last snap of the game here. Rowlett throws it out. Except he's going to go out of bounds, so they must want another play here.
It's interesting that they're still got these guys that hadn't come out of the game really still in the game. I mean, you don't want these guys to get hurt, so it's kind of time to use some other players, I would think. But they still got their starting receiver, starting quarterback in the game.
That is King's 10th catch of the ball game for Rowlett. .11 seconds remaining. There's a snap. Throw it outside. He's going to get as many yards as he can. Step out of bounds. We've got, I think, 4 seconds left.
Out of bounds, picks up the first down for Rowlett.
Oh, they got
number 88.
Wow, they got an ineligible receiver.
Replay the day.
Well, you know, he's been playing the slot receiver the last 3 plays, so
Ineligible player downfield.
It's interesting that they called him ineligible downfield because I thought he was in the slot.
So they're going to mark off the yardage. We'll have 1 more snap, barring a defensive penalty. Got 2 seconds. A big win here for Rockwall tonight, 50-7. Rowlett moves to 0-2, as we've mentioned, and they've got some things they got to work on. But, you know, a little bright spot here in the second half with their offense. They've kind of picked up some things.
Timeout.
Rowlett calls a timeout.
Timeout. Rowlett.
And we're just going to keep it here.
I mean, are they going to still try to score with 2 seconds left, or are they, you know, going to just kind of down it and let the game be done? You know, it's interesting that they're still calling timeout, see what they can do, try to figure things out. But I guess that's what you're going to do before you get to district play. What are you going to do in these situations, you know, during district games if the game was close and you really needed the score?
I think also, Bobby, what that was too is that, you know, after the timeout was called, you look down on the field, Coach Stevens was talking to the line judge down here, so he's probably arguing that last call of the, you know, ineligible receiver downfield, and probably called the timeout so he could keep on, you know, trying to plead his case.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
It looked to me that he was actually, you know, playing the slot receiver, and he's still in the ear of the line judge about it. You see, look at him right now. He's number 88. Now he's just moved in, but he's been outside playing receiver.
Out. You're exactly right. And that's probably what Coach Stevens was talking about. But anyway, so here we go. First down, 15, 2 seconds remaining again. Should be the last play of the ball game. There's a snap. And look at the throw. And he gets sacked at the end. And that will do it. So the battle of the lake was not as close as some expected. Big win for Rockwall tonight. And for Rowlett, they've got some work to do, but they'll be ready for district play. Our final score tonight from Homer B. Johnson Stadium, the Rockwall Yellowjackets 50, the Rowlett Eagles 7. We'll see you next time on GRS-TV.